Welcome to NuttieBuddie Sports. The LA Rams versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay, so let's get into some of the questions I got for you guys. Again, 3 questions, I'm sure. Oh, I spelled Ramsey wrong. No, I didn't. Maybe I did. I don't remember. Okay, Ramsey against Evans. Who do you give the edge to this matchup? So the cornerback, obviously, Jalen Ramsey. He's one of the best in the league. Mike Evans showed up last week. 9 receptions, I think, for 119 yards. And really, probably Brady's only big target, right? Like, his best target for sure. So who do you got in this matchup in this game? Go ahead, Shannon.
I still have Evans beating Ramsey. I know how good Ramsey is, but Evans is he's a true number 1 receiver. And I don't think the stage is too big for him. Even though Godwin and Brown aren't there anymore. I still like Evans. He's got a capable quarterback that can throw the ball where it needs to be in Tom Brady. So give me a good throw over a good defense any day.
Okay, I like it. Nate?
Yeah, I'm going to go Evans too. I think he's guaranteed a touchdown in this game. Ramsey's going to hold him most of the game. He'll probably finish with 4 catches, probably, 40 some yards and a touchdown. So I don't know if that's a huge game, but I would still always pick the offensive player.
Okay, Rue?
Is Ramsey going to follow him everywhere? Because I feel like they're probably going to scheme him off him a little bit.
Well, I'm trying to remember because I thought that he this year, I could be wrong, but I thought he was following the number 1 target. Or, in Jacksonville, I was actually talking to Luke about this today. At Jacksonville, he would stick to one side of the field, where this year it seems like the Rams will move him around to card their best target. So I think he'll follow Mike Evans. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, it would make sense. I think he's going to slow him down quite a bit. But the way that defense played, from what I remember seeing, I didn't watch that game super close, but their defense played a lot better than I thought it would. And Ramsey's going to have to be huge. Yeah. So I could see him really stepping up. I could actually see him getting a pick just because he kind of has to. I think that Rams team is pretty motivated because they have to be. It's all or nothing for them.
Yeah, you could see either one of these guys winning the matchup because Ramsey has shut down people like DeAndre Hopkins. I kind of think of Hopkins as a better version of Mike Evans. He's 6'3". He's a physical wide receiver, and Ramsey has shut down Hopkins before. So I'm also concerned that Mike Evans, he's so injury prone, he's going to end up being injured halfway through this game. I'm hoping not for my brother's sake, but I'm a little worried about that because he's just got healthy. I think 2 weeks ago, you could see that he's playing healthy now. But yeah, I'm gonna lean towards Ramsey a little bit here, but yeah, this would be a fun matchup, I think, to watch on Sunday. Let's go to our next of the 3 questions. Okay. Which defensive line do you like more? So these two have 2 of the better defensive lines in the league. One's a little better at run stopping than the other one is. The other one is a little better at getting to the quarterback. So between the 2 defensive lines, which one do you like more in this game? Let's go ahead, Nate.
I think the Rams have the sexier defensive line when you think about names, when you think about Donald and Floyd and Von Miller. But I actually think the Bucs have a sneaky good defensive line. Mm-hmm. That's really the important part of their defense. So I would go with the Bucs, actually.
Yeah, Barrett got healthy last week. Rue?
They're both pretty amazing, and they're both stacked. But the Bucs offensive line, Wirfs, he rolled that ankle pretty bad. And I think that could be something they could really exploit. So I think that might help them out a little bit more to have the nod.
Yeah. What do you think, Shannon?
I agree with both of them. I give the edge a little bit to Tampa Bay, especially in the interior. Aaron Donald, but then you still have Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh. And even though they may not have the sacks like Aaron Donald gets, I still, when you hold the line and you don't give up, get pushed back into the linebackers, I think that I still give the edge to Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think both these. I agree with Nate. Tampa's D line is super underrated. Like I mean, it's not super underrated, but it gets forgotten about because of how it. But it's good. Where the Rams is more like the names drive that defensive line. Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, and not Dominican Sue, Aaron Donald. But I'm going to give the edge a little to the Rams, and the only reason why is because the offensive line for Bucks, even their center was injured last week and had to come out of the game for a while. And I think Eric, I talked to him today. He said that he's questionable. So if you're starting a hobbled center and a left tackle, that could hurt your team a little bit there. So
I think Wirfs is right tackle, but I also think that it doesn't really matter. I mean, they're both pretty important when you have good guys all over your D line. So that's why I think that Rams' D line's got a little bit of an edge.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. So last question, can the Brady lift the wide receiver? So we've seen him do it before, but it's a different group of wide receivers. Other than Evans, they got like Brait, and they got Johnson, and they got little Scotty Miller, and they got all these other guys. Do you think that Brady can lift these wide receivers enough in this game to win it? Go ahead, Shannon.
Absolutely. You know, how many years did Tom Brady have like one good receiver, whether it was Randy Moss or Wes Welker and then a bunch of other names, or he had one guy and then the other guys always caught passes. He found ways to get him the ball. And I think that Brady is good enough. He can do that. They have good tight ends. I'm not, is Gronkowski injured or is he playing? I can't remember.
He's playing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there's your other weapon. I think Tampa Bay can definitely lift his wide receivers.
What, Nate?
One sentence Shannon said stood out. Brady will find a way. He always does. I mean, I've been rooting against him for a very long time, and I've always wanted to be right, and I'm never right. And I'm probably not going to be right this week. He's going to find a way. Keyshawn Vaughn played huge in the run game last week. I think that's going to help him out a lot. But he's still got Evans. He's still got Gronk. He'll sprinkle in these other receivers. He's going to find a way to win.
Yeah, I like Brait too. Shannon, you had another point?
They have Brashad Perryman too, who has a lot of NFL experience, and he's not a slouch either. He can catch the ball.
Yeah. What, Rue? You feel the same?
Yeah. I mean, I guess when you put that question up there, I feel like that's just what Brady does. So I was like, yeah, the answer is yeah.
Yeah, it's just interesting because like against the Jets, it wasn't until he lost Antonio Brown where the offense started moving again. So it was funny. Like it almost seemed like he benefited from the defense not honing in on his like number one target or whatever. But I thought it was a fair question because I feel like he's going to have to rely on these other receivers. I think if Ramsey does shut down Evans, he's got to rely on these guys. And it's not just like, can Brady lift him, but can these receivers actually show up too, right? Because like he could throw somebody the ball, but if they're not going to catch it, right? But I think you guys brought up some good points. I like Brait and I like Gronkowski and the Perryman. They're pretty solid weapons. So what Rue was saying, Ryan, that was a bad question. Okay, moving on. Okay, let's say the Rams win if, let's just get these up here. Okay. Oops. Okay. So they get after Tom Brady. So we talked a little bit about this. The Bucks front, offensive line is injured. So if the Rams, who average about 3 sacks a game, again, they're I think in top 5 in getting pressure on the quarterback. If they can get the Brady, that's going to help them win the game. The other thing is the weakness of that defense is their secondary. They are 21st in passing defense, and that actually got worse as its season went on because they kept on losing people, to injury. And the Rams have the fifth best passing offense in the league. So Cooper Kupp and Odell Beckham need to make plays. And if they do that, I think the Rams can win. Anything to add to that? Shannon?
I'll say that the Rams win if they get at least 3 sacks.
Okay, I like it. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay, let's see how the Bucks can win the game. Just my opinion. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. By the way, if you guys could be like, "Hey, Ryan, that's an awful take." Rue already did. So we. Okay. The first thing I have is pressure to help out the secondary. So we already looked and saw that their secondary isn't that good. So their defensive line has to get pressure on Matthew Stafford so that the secondary ain't, left out there to dry, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? If they get pressure, Stafford will make mistakes. Okay. Like, I'm a big Stafford fan. I think he's a good to great quarterback, but I know that he can throw interceptions with the best of them. The pass defense for the Rams is 22nd. And funny enough, the Tampa Bay has the best passing offense. And then that somebody just other than Evans need to show up, which we already talked about. Anything to add with these stats, or go ahead, Rue?
Yeah, I think if they let Stafford get comfortable, I think they're going to they're going to have a hard time against that pass offense. So, I mean, yeah, I think the pressure on Stafford is what's going to be huge for them, for the Bucks to win.
Yeah, I agree. Anything else, guys? Do you think that Cam Akers can make much of a difference? He looked solid, the other night, Nate.
Yeah, that 1-2 punch at Akers and Sony Michel, that was they ran really good against the Buccaneers, but I still think it's going to come down to the passing game. That's in week 3 when they played. That's why the Rams beat them, because Stafford was like 27 for 35, I think, and had 4 touchdowns. Like that's what carried them through that game. But I think the run is going to help give Stafford a little more time. So it'll be nice to have Akers back.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah. Okay, you guys ready to move on? Okay, let's go to our predictions. So of the people that are not here, the Rams, Chris and Ryan picked. Luke and Avery picked the Buccaneers. Travis and Zach also picked the Rams. And Eric picked the Buccaneers. And go ahead, Nate.
I just wanted to congratulate you on the Chargers logo for the Rams. That's
oh, well, pretend it's the right. Well, no, I think that's a horn. That's the horn.
Is that the horn? Okay.
That is the horn.
All right. Bad take here.
It's right, but it looks way too close.
It does look close because they're both LA, probably. No, that's the horn. Okay. Because I typed in LA Rams logo. So it better be an LA Rams logo or I'm suing someone for false advertisement. That's for sure. Okay. So let's listen to Eric's take on why the Buccaneers are going to win.
Hey, Ryan. So my prediction for the Tampa Bay Bucks against the Los Angeles Rams, I am going with my heart and picking Tampa Bay because the only reason I could justify this in my head is they have Tom Brady, and the Rams don't. Also, I will say the Bucks defense has played better last week than they have, and then and I do believe they can get pressure on Stafford. So I will I'll pick Tampa to win, and not confident at all about it, but hopefully they do.
Okay, there you have it. That's what his prediction was. So let's go to our room here. Me and Rue both have the Rams. So Rue, do you want to start us off here?
I think I'm very similar to your brother. I'm not overly confident, but I just have a feeling, there's really nothing to back it up. I kind of I was expecting the Rams to have a lot more, like they wouldn't look as good as they did. I mean, the Cardinals didn't come to play, but I really thought they were going to sputter because I feel like that's the way that they were leaning. So they're kind of rolling. Very smart offensive play design. They got Stafford comfortable. And so if they can do that, I guess we'll see who gets more pressure on the other quarterback. That's what it's going to come down to. And I just feel like the Rams are a little more hungry. So that's it. That's what I got.
Yeah, you got an X factor for us?
Ooh, let's go with, how about Aaron Donald?
That's a good one. That's a good
He
X
can
factor.
blow it up. I mean, Brady doesn't like it in his face. So he's, we'll see if he can blow it up, they're going to have a hard time running an offense.
Yeah. I like that. Let's see. Okay, so and then Nate and Shannon, you both picked the Bucks. Let's start with Shannon. Why you got the Bucks?
I just think that I'm going with the home team here. It's Tom Brady, and I know it gets beaten to death, but but Tom Brady usually finds a way. He will throw you picks. I think Tampa Bay has the overall better defense. I like their linebackers way better than I like the Rams linebackers. I think they're more disciplined. Unless the Rams can get a big play or two, I don't see them winning unless they can, sack Brady at least 3 times. Just give me Tom Brady at home. I think the NFL would love a rematch of the NFC Championship game from a year ago.
Okay, NFL rigged. Is that what you're saying, Shannon?
I'm not saying it's rigged.
Who's your X factor?
I'm gonna go Tom Brady. As long as he doesn't make any dumb moves, he's the GOAT. So we got to go with Tom Brady as the X factor. If he can find a couple of touchdown passes to either Evans or Gronk, I think that he's the X factor.
Nice. You got a score for us?
We're gonna keep this one down a little bit. I'm gonna go 20-19 Buccaneers over the Rams.
Oh, you think it's going to be low scoring? Okay, I like it. Rue, did you pick a score or?
No, I didn't. I forgot all about it. Let's go 34-31 Rams.
Okay, just by a field goal. Okay, Nate, you want to tell us why the Bucks are going to win?
Well, I actually think the Rams have the best pieces to beat the Bucks. If they come with their best game, I think it's very possible. I can't pick against Tom Brady at home. I just can't do it. I wanted to, I just couldn't. I think my X factor is going to be, though, the Bucks offensive line. It's going to be important to watch if Tristan Wirfs can play. Even if whether he can or can't, can that offensive line just be mediocre and not give up a ton of pressure on Brady? I think that's going to be the biggest key, but I just could not pick against Brady. I'm going to go 31-21 Bucks.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I picked the Rams. I'm going to continue on this Super Bowl journey with my Rams, trying to get to the Super Bowl together here, me and them hand in hand. I just think the best way to get Brady off his game is pressure up the middle. He loves to step up in the pocket, and Aaron Donald is just a great weapon against that. And with the offensive line for the Bucks being a little injury ridden, I think that's going to affect the game. I also think the fact that the secondary is not good and still beat up. I think that Odell, he should have almost, there was one that got called back, but he would have had like 90 yards receiving. Him and Stafford has some chemistry going. And Cooper Kupp, I mean, that guy is the best wide receiver right now in the NFL, right? Are we in agreement on that? Is everybody good with that? He has the triple crown of wide receiving. I'm just throwing that out there. Well, at least top 5. We'll just say top 5. I got to look from Ruin. I don't want him to. So I just think with that said, I don't know how the Bucks stops the passing game. So I'm going to say the Rams win 38-34. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. What concerns me is if Tom Brady has the ball with a minute and a half to go and they just need a score to win, I'm done there. I switch my pick automatically. That's the way I work. So
yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, I just feel like Shannon and Nate both said everything that I thought, but I just feel like the Rams have a shot. So.
Well, see, it's so funny because like on paper, I feel like the Rams should probably win this fairly easy because but I just like the Bucks they're
Brady.
And they're Brady and the Bucks, and they've been there before. There's something to be said about that, and it's Tom Brady. Horrible. He's still in my life. After all those years with the Patriots, and he's still there. Okay, you guys ready to move on? Hopefully you enjoyed us breaking down the game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Los Angeles Rams. What are your thoughts of the game? Who do you think is going to win? What do you think the score is going to be? And also give us your X factor in the game. Like the video, comment below, subscribe to the channel for more content. And if you'd like to listen to the rest of the podcast, click on the link below. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll talk to you guys soon.